Welcome back. Let's go. Another week of movement. This was in Leawood City Park this time. Starting off, warming up here with some scrambling. Again, this is a longer sequence. I have two about 45-60 second sequences here of scrambling. There is no right way or wrong way to do it. It's just continuous movement, one movement into the next, creating a flow. You see me here rolling around, jumping, maybe some cartwheels, opening up the hips, doing some leg work, getting some strength with the arms and the triceps, doing push-up variations. There is no wrong way to move, wrong way to scramble. You just gotta keep moving. Don't stay stationary. That is, dynamic stretching. It's like a good little, dynamic stretching is a good little warm-up, but then scrambling I've found is like the most effective ROI for, it's like the next level of dynamic stretching because you're always moving. You're always being dynamic. So I was less on the ground for this little section. Got a little bit more flips and cartwheels and stuff, but still again, opening up the hips in all the different ways, doing a little bit of walking. Bro, there's so many different types of walks we could be doing. This is a good duck one. And again, some kicks to open up the hips. Now getting into some branch work. If you remember, if you saw the last video, this was the second branch because my first one broke, snapped in half. So this one was like the larger one last time. Now this is the smaller one. So again, using it to stretch for a little bit here in all the different planes. Again, rotation, not just linear. This is a great one. Not too bad. But yeah, now this one I was using kind of to warm up and also strengthen the wrist. And man, let me tell you, after like just a week of using this branch, I'm doing some branch work, my wrist is way stronger, at least in like this sort of strength of grasping something and moving something like this, like a spear, a branch, a racket perhaps. If you play racket sports, tennis, pickleball, squash, padel, whatever it is, branch work, really good, really freaking good. Yeah. Again, it's like everything. It's mobility, it's shoulders, it's core, everything is engaged. Movement, it's cardio, it's everything. This one, again, some more hip and leg work. Again, there's so many different walks we can do. This one I was a little unbalanced, so it's like critiquing myself here. I was like, falling down a little bit, going a little fast. It's like, find my knees on the ground, find if I modify it. Also, damn, look at those back muscles. Not bad. Dude, I love being shirtless now. Little side note. So you might see some more shirtless videos going forward. Like, comment, subscribe if you want more of that. And then this is some sideways walks. Is good for opening up the hips as well. But ideally I don't even get up, but had to. This one, I did a couple sets of 10 of hip compressions, some crane here, and just holding it for 10 seconds, and then holding it while also moving the hips up and getting to that level of moving the hips. I did not have that maybe a few weeks ago. So I can just see the progress in just a few weeks. Zooming out, it's progress over the course of months, but like just over the course of a couple of weeks, I've been able to do that. Then you saw the horse stance walk. That's really good for hips and opening it up and movement and mobility within that. And some classic lunge jumps for explosiveness. And then here's my normal kettlebell routine. This is with a 40-pound kettlebell. A few rows, a few cleans, a few squats, a few presses, and a few swings. You might be able to tell, but it was really freaking humid. Really humid. So my grip strength was actually being really tested. Not as much with this 40-pound one, but you'll see next with the 53-pound one. Yeah, so same thing, instead of 3 reps each movement, it was 2 reps each one, since it's a higher weight. So definitely in this press, and then the most in the swing, you can tell in the second rep here. It's like I actually lose balance, because the grip strength, it's like, it's so slippery. It was loosening, so I had to wipe off my sweat, off the bell, off myself, and then, I'm lefty, so I'm trying to balance out a little bit more strength into my right arm so that they're symmetrical with strength. So I did a few reps with the 53-pound bell, just with the presses. And then, since the one arm with the sweat was an issue that day, I just did some good old-fashioned 2-handed swings. And then some cartwheels here. You've seen some of these before. So again, some of these things you saw last week, if you watched the video last week, and then some are new. So it's like, I don't have like this set thing of like, hey, I'm gonna do this coming into it. I have this buffet of options I can choose from, and I do the ones that I want to do. It's like similar to what I mentioned in this other video. It's, what have I not done recently? What is my, maybe a movement or a part of the body or a modality of movement that I haven't done in a little bit, like in 5 minutes and 10 minutes, or something I want to feel stronger in, and then I do the thing. And then, so you'll notice some of the strength things that I do. It's like, some of them are, linear. So when I've talked about, hey, some of them are linear, focus on rotational strength. Like this. This is a classic core exercise that you would do. But it's like all these things that are like building strength linearly, they're in the context of a skill. So when I'm doing cartwheels or building one arm strength, that is where it's at. It's like I'm building the strength so that I can like handstand with more balance and more strength and more precision. And when I swing heavier and heavier branches, I have the core strength to balance it and have good body balance and branch balance. And like the last one I was doing way more capoeira. This one I wasn't doing it as much because I was sweating just enough, more than enough with everything else that I was doing. So this one I was focusing a little bit more on the meia lua de Campasso. Let's get that Ginga down, the basic movement. And then the Keita jeans. So quick entry, quick exit. If someone's doing a kick, a meia lua, my way, alright, quick escape, get back up. No dilly-dallying around, at least in this version of it. And then this one, this is the meia lua de Kaluna, I believe. And so it's kind of like a Keita jean. And then you kind of rotate and land on the other leg. So that was pretty fun. I learned that sequence at Grupo Ashe Capoeira here in Kansas City. That was the last 2 moves of a sequence. And this one is not a martello, but it's more of a hip kick. I forget what it's called actually in capoeira, but we're doing that. And this is the big boy. This is the big branch. Really good for shoulders, wrist strength, etc. And so it's like, it's like a quick thing here. It's like the branch was like a closed grip, still strengthening the wrist and the forearms and everything. And then this is like an open hand, on the ground. So different sort of wrist strength. Again, improving the hips there. And so with these handstands, I really focused on pushing up with the hips and getting to that balance. But, I was more focused on like, okay, can I rotate at the hips and not just use momentum from like the foot? And then to finish out, the shoulder stand. Headstand. Is that what it's called? Headstand. And if you compare this to the last week's video, I had a lot more range of motion in those hips going down and then coming back up. So that requires a lot of hip strength. And so again, hip strength in the position, being upside down is different from like hip strength doing like duck walks, right? They're both necessary, but it's just training different things. It's like, can I control my hips? Can I have strength in my hips as I'm looking at the world upside down? And just in a week, I was able to make progress and continue to hold that balance while I do some improv here and make my way down. So appreciate y'all listening and watching. Get out there and move and flow and be with the grass and the trees. I love you. Stay strong. Enjoy.